There are quite a few $2 million homes on the market right now in the Port Union area, but that does not mean that they are all worth what they are asking for. So in today's video, I'm comparing 4 luxury listings head to head to figure out which one deserves to sell first. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm just going to give you the straight up breakdown of what works and what doesn't. Here are your contenders for the $2 million showdown today. First up is 308 Ridgewood Road, a modern custom build on one of the most prestigious streets in West Rouge. Next is 5 Laura Ellis Crt, tons of curb appeal on a quiet tucked away court. Then we're on to 175 Bathgate Drive, a meticulously landscaped and clearly well cared for, but does the inside match the outside? And 140 Bathgate Drive, curb appeal galore, but is it all surface level shine? 4 luxury level homes, but only one forerunner, so let's get into it. First on the list of our $2 million showdown is 308 Ridgewood Road. We are listed at $2,199,000. We have 4 bedrooms plus one in the basement, 6 washrooms. It is sitting on a 130 by 119 foot lot, and we have a finished walkout basement that does have a separate entrance. And just looking at this lot size, just wanted to take you a little bit behind the scenes to show you in case you don't get out to look at properties. But here it is here. This is the outline of the property. So 130 by 119. But I just wanted to point out that we are surrounded here by 2 roads. Ridgewood Road is a fairly busy street because anybody that lives in the on the street is taking Ridgewood Road to get out onto East Avenue. And East Avenue is a major arterial road. People getting in and out of the area itself to get to the 401 or get home from the 401. So yes, a nice looking house, but 2 busy streets surround it. And then speaking of busy streets, just want to take you, before we get inside, just want to show you here. Now, we are dealing with a luxury property at $2 million, and we don't have the best setting for photos. I would have waited. I mean, it's easy for me to armchair quarterback this listing, but I would have waited for these trees to fill in for photos, just because we want to show privacy. Because right now, I mean, you can see a house here, you can see a house back here, so not really showing off the privacy aspect, because when the foliage comes in, it does have privacy, but just think of traffic noise too. So before we get inside to look at the actual photos, let me give you a little bit of history on this one. So we can see here, originally this came out in 2022, March of 2022. This was the pandemic peak when everything was selling for like hotcakes. But for whatever reason, it didn't sell. I mean, after 11 days, or I can't count, 12 days, they suspended it. So I'm not sure what happened there. Something else went along here where they transferred it to somebody else. I don't know. But anyways, waited a year or so, came out at basically the same price. And then after just over a month, they came down to 2.449. That's sat for just under a month. They terminated it. Then they came back out that very same day for $150,000 less. And that sat until December at that price of 2023. Now, it didn't come back at all in 2024. And now here we are listed at 2.199. And like I always say, price does make a difference. Now let's get inside, take a look at some of the photos. It is I think it's a good looking house. And I've been in this house. I met the builder and everything. It's well done, really nicely put together. I just think that the major drawback of this house is the fact that it is on 2 busy streets. And when you walk out to the porch here, yes, it's an elevated deck, which is really nice in itself, but you do have the neighbors right behind you, and they can see up. So really nice high-end appliances, big island. I mean, it is the center point of this house is that main floor. It's nicely open concept, and everything is tied in, very modern in terms of the hardwood and everything. We do have the brass accents nice den. So very nice house. To me, this is a $2 million house, but does it sell for over the 2 million, or does it sell for just under the 2 million? Well, I'll let you know at the end which one I think is going to be the one that does sell in the $2 million showdown. Our next house on the $2 million showdown is 5 Laura Ellis Crt. We are listed at $2,195,000. We have 5 bedrooms and 5 washrooms. This one sits on a 50 by 135, we'll call it 35-foot lot. This one does have a finished walkout basement, and we do have a pool as well. Now, before we get inside and have a look at the photos, just want to give you some history on this one too. This one was listed earlier this year at 2.288, but I will let you know that it was a for sale by owner, so they tried to sell it themselves. Hey, go ahead, try it. You're allowed to. And I did a feature of the for sale by owners in this in this neighborhood. So, anyways, they had it for just over a month, terminated it. But you know, when you get up into this price range, $2 million price range, buyers are wary in of itself, and they do want to make sure that they're buying a good property. So when you're trying to sell a $2 million property by yourself, I mean, it could leave a little bit of doubt in the buyer's minds. Anyways, they relisted it, they did list it now with the current agent. Came out in early April at 2.3, so they raised the price just a little bit. And after 12 days, the prices started to come down. So that's where we are currently at $2,195,000. Let's have a look inside. I think the curb appeal of this house is really nice, nicely put together. Inside, I mean, we do have crown moldings, we have hardwood floors, we have a step-up vestibule. There is the separate and formal living room. Looks like up top here we have built-in speakers, which is nice. I like my music too. It's one thing I'm thinking about doing one day. We have a separate formal dining room. There's a speaker again, but this is a nice coffered ceiling. Too bad it's stipple in here. The coffered ceiling will look much nicer with a smooth ceiling. Eating area in the kitchen. We have a peninsula, shaker cabinets. We have quartz counter, quartz backsplash as well, valance rails, built-in appliances, built-in cooktop, gas cooktop too. Once you cook with gas, you never go back. Open concept into the family room, pot lights, crowns. I just would have extended this right up to the ceiling just to clean it up a little bit, but it's beautiful built-in shelves anyways. Laundry room. Upstairs now, hardwood upstairs as well. Nice and open. In terms of that, there's a primary bedroom, double door entry. There is the ensuite, his and hers, soaker tub, separate shower, Palladian window in that second bedroom, family bath. Don't know why we need a picture of that. So we have shared bathroom too, second ensuite looks like. Very nice. Into the basement, we have laminate flooring downstairs, which is good. We have a lookout basement with California shutters. There's your second kitchen or your wet bar with a breakfast island. Very nice house. Very nice. Now, the only thing that I'm going to comment on this, well hold on, I gotta show you the pool because it's really nice. I'm glad what they did here is they actually open up the pool no matter what time of season it is. It is warm enough that you can't open up a pool, but if you have a pool, you want to show it opened. You don't want to show it all covered up and winterized. It's just not appealing. Anybody that's looking to buy a pool, they want to see it. So a nice water feature too with the hot tub. It's a very, very nicely put together backyard. So is 5 Laura Ellis Crt going to be the one that sells first in this $2 million showdown? Well, again, stick around to the end so I can give you my opinions on it. Next house on our $2 million showdown is 175 Bathgate Drive. We are listed at $2 million, right on the nose. This one is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 4 washrooms on a 220 by 109 foot lot, which tells me that it's a corner lot. Finished walkout basement. This one also has a pool. Before we get inside to look at the photos, let's just look at the history because we want to know what's happening here. Now this came out in July of 2024 for $3,250,000. Now you talk about coming down in price. That's what they did in August, came down to 2.9. That's set. It expired in October. They brought it back out 20 days later for $2.5 million. That sat for a couple of months and expired. And now here we are chasing the market down. So we are down $1.2 million from its original asking price. Let's get inside 175 Bathgate Drive. The curb appeal in this house is really nice, but it is a corner lot, but the landscaping is really nice. I like the appeal of this house. Here's the drone view, so we can see we've got a pool, and we've got this, I guess we're going to call it a 3 Seasons extension. But look at the landscaping here, nice and private, right? All the foliage here, backyard covered up. Here's the pool house. This is a really nice put together landscaping. But get inside here. So we got double door entry, big expansive vestibule. We have crowns, we have some floodlights, California shutters. I'm just going to go back here. So we have a tiled family room, which is going to be a bit of a drawback. Not everybody appreciates tiling. It is cold on the feet. We do have carpeting as well. It's the living room, but it's big. Look at the size of this kitchen. Holy smokes. Wow. A little bit dated if you got the hardware on the outside, like the hinges, and this hardware too is a little bit dated. I'm going to call those 12 by 12 tiles, but I like this part here, the built-in stove. We've got built-in oven as well over on that side, and you can see over here you've got that 3 Seasons room, but I'm going to call it 4 Seasons because I don't think you want a 3 Seasons room into the kitchen and quite cold. Yeah, but the cooktop separate area, that's really nice. Now, I'm going to call this a bit of a European-inspired. I'm saying that with air quotes. You can't see European-inspired kitchen. I'm going to call this the dining room. Yeah, dining room. Looks like we have some extra heating here in the terms of baseboard heating. So I wonder if this one is a hard house to maintain heat because of this solar room. I'm going to call it a solar room. I don't even know what I'm going to call it. 3 Seasons room, solar room. That is a wood-burning fireplace. That's awesome. So that's going to help with the heating costs. Must get nice and warm in there in the fairer months. Laundry room. Yeah, so I mean, it has everything that you're looking for in terms of a $2 million house, but to me it seems a bit dated. Here we are in the backyard. It's a really nice backyard. But yes, we are looking at here, this is Bathgate here, and then this road here is Meadowvale. Let me get my highlighter. So we've got Meadowvale here, so that's a bit of a busy street, and Bathgate is quite a big street as well, so it is feeding all the other homes into Bathgate. And yes, you have this really nice pool and landscape backyard, and you've got all of this to use too, but I mean, it is a side lot, right? So I'm not sure how much time you want to be spending here on the side listening to traffic and everything. I do think that this is a really, really good looking house, a little bit dated. And, you know, when you see price changes that vast as what we've seen here, I don't know if they're getting to a point where they need to sell or just frustrated with the whole process and want to sell at this point. Next up, we are looking at 140 Bathgate Drive, listed at $2,399,000. This one is 5 bedrooms plus 2 in the basement, 6 washrooms. This house sits on a 52 by 150 foot lot. We have a finished separate entrance with an above ground pool. So it does have a pool as well as just like the other $2 million properties. Before we get inside, let's look at the history on this house. Originally came out in May of 2024 for just under $3 million. Sat there for just over a couple of weeks. I guess they weren't getting the activity they expected, or no activity, so they dropped the price $200,000, and after just under a month, terminated, taken off the market. Then they brought it out that very same day for the very same price. I'm not sure what the logic is there. If you're already at this price and then you list it and terminate the same day, probably just to reset the days on the market. But speaking of days on the market, just over 30 days later, terminated again at 2.795, guess not getting any action, and listed it for sale that very same day with a $300,000 price reduction. Maybe this is closer to what they should have listed in the first place, but that came off the market in September. and then a week later drop the price. So I'm just going to let you know in a little bit of inside baseball here that when they took it off the market, they fired their agent and they went with a new agent in September at the same price. Because if you're not getting sold at this price with one agent, the next agent will get you this price, right? Doesn't seem like it, because we're already starting to chase the market down in September. It sat there for a few months, and you can see here in January of this year, terminated. So you wait a month, and what do? You adjust the price? No, you bring it back at the same price, 2.399, which is where we are now. All right, on the exterior, 140 Bathgate Drive is a nice looking house. Not my cup of tea, but it is a very good looking house. I can tell you that there are a couple of issues right away. So curb appeal is a big thing. So yes, it is a good looking house. But when you're looking at $2.4 million properties, and I don't want to pick on people, but when you're coming up to C140 Bathgate and the neighbors here have 4 cars, plus probably parking another one here, not a very good first impression. Also, we're pretty close to this house here, to 142 or 138. And I can just tell by the way that this car is parked, I've looked at a lot of houses, that this house probably is going to have a lot of cars parking in here too. So this is the first warning sign for me. Plus, and I'm sorry, I don't really want to pick on, but when you have a setback, so the house is set very far back from the road, how much property is going to be left in the backyard? I don't know. Let's take a look. This is the living room. That is a wood burning fireplace. I don't know if it's functional. I would have a wet inspection, WETT. We have crowns up top. And again, I don't mean to pick, but if we're looking at staging, this kind of furniture is not going to appeal to everybody. Family room, wood burning fireplace, again, nice hardwood floors. We have pot lights, crown molding. Here's the kitchen, tile floor. That's a funky looking color carpet. Again, I really don't want to pick on people, but at a $2 million property, and we're looking at a very basic stove. I mean, I have this exact same stove, but I'm not looking to sell my house right now, and I just want to cook food. But when we're getting into $2 million properties, I think you want to see some Jenn-Air or some Wolf appliances. And also, where the heck is the kick plate? Put a kick plate down here. We don't want to see wires and drains and everything. It's, jeez. That's a massive fridge. See, this is the type of fridge I expect in a $2 million property. Eat-in area. Walk out to the elevated deck. Here's the dining room. Got a den, cluttered. Not a Scarlett O'Hara staircase, it's a spiral staircase. Huddle room, don't need pictures. Laundry room, spiral staircase again. Let's go upstairs, come on. Landing, we got hardwood upstairs. Again, funky choice of furniture, not going to appeal to everybody. We got a sit-in area in the primary bedroom, big organized walk-in closet. Now that is an ensuite, I'm telling you. A soaker tub, double sinks, bidets. Not for everybody. Bedroom, big size. Oh, that's a cool little sun sit area. I can't speak. Second bathroom, second primary, another bedroom. I think we're in the basement at this point. Yeah, so basement, rec room, nice and big. It's carpeted. Above grade windows, so it'll give me nice sunshine. Here's the second kitchen, workout area, rec room, office, den, another bedroom, washroom. And now we're outside. Let's take a look at so it's above grade pool, but they've tied it in with the elevated deck. So that's a good way of handling it, because not everybody wants to see above grade. But the good thing about above grade pools is, if you ever got sick of it, you can take it down, dismantle it. Unlike an in-ground pool where you have to fill it in. And you know what? It ties together nicely in the backyard. And actually, now that I was criticizing the backyard, it's not a bad sized backyard. It is private. It's just not as big as I would have thought it would be. There you have it. Those are the 4 properties in our $2 million showdown. And like I said at the beginning, I'm going to give you the property that I think is going to sell first. So which one is it? It is 308 Ridgewood Road. To me, that one is the clear winner. Although I'm going to preface it, I do think it will sell for under $2 million. I don't know why, just gut instinct. But for me, when I'm looking at a luxury property, it ticks all of the boxes that I'm looking for. It has modern finishes. It is a wide open, modern layout on the main floor. It's called a great room, where it ties in everything together. And with that built-in breakfast island, the high-end appliances, and the finishes are very modern finishes, combined with a elevated and private lot. Yes, I know I gave it a little bit of the gears, saying that I would have taken pictures with the foliage in, but I've seen it with the trees in full bloom, and it is very private, so it does give you that nice separation. Plus, it does have that prestige of being on Ridgewood Road. So it has what I expect in luxury properties. But again, this is just my take. This is all opinion, and I just really want to know, do you think I got it right, or do you think I missed the mark and you would have picked another one? Let me know in the comments below. I think I got it right or got it wrong, and just let me know. I actually do read all of the comments, and I do respond to them. So once again, thank you for joining me on the weekly look at some of the properties in the Port Union area. I always appreciate your time, and I will see you next week when we look at another set of properties and compare them. So thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your week.